You know we have something in common, right?
Well,
We're big Auburn fans.
okay, somebody's with me. Somebody, because it's been rough.
It has been rough for longer than it should have been. 15, going on 16 years of this madness. What do you think about the new coach?
Well, I want to say like I'm deep into football because I just really haven't had the time to. I think I told somebody this on Facebook the other day. I hadn't really had like the time to just like look up the coaches and look up what they've done in the past. I just go with what the news say, and then I just kind of just have to put my faith in it. Like, it's okay. It's gonna have to be okay. But apparently this new coach he's pretty good, so we'll see.
I'm hoping for a good year. All we really need is a good quarterback, and we're ready to go.
But I feel like, everybody, I can't even say everybody because I did doubt the coach. I ain't gonna lie, I did doubt the coach. So, but Hugh Freeze, I think, that was the last coach that got fired. He had to go. He had to go. But, I have faith in it. I mean, it's cool. I just hadn't really been. I'm more on the basketball end rather than football. But when it comes to Auburn, I try to do my research, but I'm so busy doing other stuff.
Did you go down there?
No, I wanted to go so bad, but my brother did. He lives down there, but he ended up going to the game.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go next year. Even though it'll be in Alabama next year, I'm still gonna go. You got to prepare early though. You gotta. Like,
you do have to
I didn't realize that, like, because at first I just read, I was like, Auburn, Iron Bowl hotels. Oh my God. I said, I'm a little late.
Yeah, you have to stay maybe an hour or two away. Because those hotels get booked up.
They're probably going to get booked up now. Whenever they announce the new days, they're probably going to get booked up then. But that'll be in Tuscaloosa. But
I'm sure people are just doing like a week set, because we know when it's going to be. It's the weekend.
It's always the weekend of Thanksgiving, yeah. If it's always after Thanksgiving, at least. So.
All right.
Let's see.
So let's jump into it. We got so much to talk about.
We do.
I'm so excited.
Because I ain't met you yet. We got a lot to talk about.
Yo, Strick City coming live. Yo.
All right, guys, this is your boy DJ Strick, and the first thing I want to do is tell you thank you so very much for how you've been supporting this show. Like, this podcast just keeps growing and keep growing, and your likes, your comments, and even how you've been sharing some of the reels that we've been doing means a lot to me. Please continue to do that, and I'm going to do my job, which is continuing to bring you some of the best people in the city of Birmingham. I've had people in the political era. I had some great just local business owners and some content creators. And I have a creator here that the work that she's been able to do, let me just say it this way. Her year 2025 has been mind-blowing what she's had an opportunity to do just in this year. So we're gonna learn how she's got to where she is, and then get really down into why this year was one for the record books. So if you please join me in welcoming a content creator, photographer, a young lady that can probably do it all when it comes to a camera, Tyra Grayson. How are you doing?
All these cameras. Hey, y'all, what's going on?
I got a couple in here, so we're gonna catch you in all aspects.
Okay, how y'all doing?
That's really cool. First of all, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is a big deal. I know you got other stuff to do. I know there's tons of things as a content creator. Either we're taking pictures, videos, we're editing videos, or we're trying to do graphics, and then you got to post all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Or get it to the client, one of the two.
Yeah.
How did you start off with the camera? Let's just start from the beginning.
So I started August 2017. My granddad got me into this, so he was the one that kind of, cause he was a blues artist, and he actually, the thing about it is, when I started in 2017, he passed away that same year in December, and so when he told me, he was like, I don't use the camera as much. I don't use this particular camera as much. Why don't you just kind of do something with it? And now from that point forward, I just started taking pictures. I started taking pictures of like the neighborhood, just trying to see how everything works. Didn't really understand how to edit yet, but I tried. It was pretty okay. And then as it grew, I started taking pictures of friends. And then from that point forward, the rest is history after that. It was all really just because of him.
All because of him. How long did you use that first camera?
I used it, I want to say up until he passed. I want to say about 2018 is when I stopped using it, but I was using it for a little bit.
When you got started. So you were doing landscape first, and then you did pictures of your friends?
Yeah, I just really just started off with nature, weather. You know, if we had like a big snow day, I would go out there and just try to get like the depths of the rainfalls and the snow, and just trying to understand like these different techniques. Because I was enjoying it, I just didn't really know how to do it. Because I started off also doing graphic design. That's where I started, and he does it. He did it too, where he did like family reunion T-shirts and all of that. So he had his own T-shirt business going on too.
That's cool.
So that's where the
Here in the city?
Yeah, he had it here in the city.
What was his name?
Art Grayson.
Art Grayson.
Yeah, you might have heard of him. It depends.
Photography.
Well, he did. He did that on the side, but he was really known for music. So yeah, he's in.
His name sounds familiar, it really does.
Yeah, so if you look up Art Grayson, Birmingham or however, I'm pretty sure the article will come. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna check him out. I gotta check him out.
Yeah.
So for everybody to know, this is our very first time meeting.
Yeah, it really is.
But we've known each other I've been following you for a long time. I don't know who followed who first, but
I don't know. I've been following you for a minute now. At least since I started, I know that much.
Wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I want to say because I've been doing this 8 years, so I've been following you for that long at least 7.
At least 7, and I've been running my mouth the whole time. I'm sorry. That's just what I do. That's just what I do.
It is okay.
So you got a new camera, and how did you get into, like, one of the things that I know about you is your ability, your partnership with Lil Boosie. It's probably the first time I'm like, she did what? Like, how did you get into going to these rap shows and doing photography for these guys?
Well, really, like the whole premise of rap shows, it started off with Moneybagg Yo, and he came to Workplay. This was way back when. I think it was 2018. Came to Workplay. Then he came to ASU Homecoming. Okay. So that's how, I don't know. I mean, it just kind of happened. Like, it just like, I knew his photographer. So his photographer, I was like, hey, like, I'm new to this. Like, can I shoot some shows to kind of like get some stuff under my belt? So that was really what I started doing was, show. And then my very, very first event, my friend, he has a band called Audiophile, and then he opened up like did a little local act. And that was my first event. I was so scared because I was like, I don't know how to do this with the daylight. Like I didn't know. Right. So when it came to entertainment, I started off with little small local festivals. Then over time, I just started reaching out on social media and stuff like that. But with the whole situation with Boosie, we actually physically met in Tennessee. I think that was around 2018 too. Okay. So we met around that time, me and my friend Reggie, we went out there, and I was doing stuff for his kids beforehand, like graphics and stuff. So his manager, Jay Cooper, and Nightlife D-Tone, we were doing stuff for their kids, and then individual projects that they had going on with Boosie and all of those stuff.
Music stuff too?
Yeah, they had music stuff going on too, and then other parties that Boosie may be affiliated with, or just other personal branding things that they had. So it just all kind of got word of mouth at that point. Like, okay, I was doing stuff for Boosie's kids, and then doing stuff for the crew, and then it just kind of just passed along after that. And then I did a show with him in Tennessee, and that's the day like we physically met. And I said, hey, I've been doing, the flyers for the kids and stuff like that. And from that point forward, we just ran with it. And I just continued to come around. That's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, how did you get this relationship? You got to start coming around. Right. You got to be present. That's the only way these people are going to remember you, if you just stay present. So
when you say stay present, a lot of times people think, I got the door is wide open, and I got the contract for this, contract for that. Like, is it all contracted work, or is it by any chance you're just saying, hey, where y'all gonna be, and you just show up?
Yeah, well, it's really just both. Like, it's on call. Like, they be like, hey, I need a flyer made, or hey, I need a flyer for this show, or hey, can you come here and do this show? And then sometimes, depending on how I feel, I just may show up to an event just to support. That's what I mean by being present. It doesn't necessarily.
With a camera or without a camera?
Both sometimes. And sometimes, like, because I did, but most of it is camera work, because I want to continue to document his life and what he got going on. Because he just recently had a baby. baby. So I did the baby shower, and that was the most like more intimate thing that I've done for him was the baby shower. And it's like not a lot of people, not a lot of media were there. That was friends and family oriented.
And you're there.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by staying present, like being there, like in different parts of their lives that they're gonna remember. Like, oh yeah, she was at the baby shower, because people don't just up and get invited to no baby shower.
They don't.
That's a very intimate thing for the parents. So.
And that is so cool that you're able to do that. I tell people all the time, in Birmingham, there's space for all kind of creators. You know, I like video work, of course, with this podcast. I like to try to be creative with video. I don't do photography, and I definitely don't do celebrity photography. I don't know what it is. I just don't. It doesn't thrill me. I don't want to be there. You couldn't pay me enough.
I understand. I mean, it's not for everyone.
Right.
That's the thing about the camera work, is that everybody wants to try to be with a celeb, but a lot of people, I mean, you don't have to do all that to be a good camera person. I know great nature photography people.
All of that.
And people go, oh, just nature. I mean, look at this. Like if you just, if you come in the building like this and you just see some landscape photos, somebody took that. Right. Like it's not just, it could be news journalism. It could be anything like that. Like you don't necessarily have to do celebrity work. It's really, the celebrity world can get overwhelming. A lot of people don't want to be in that fast-paced environment like that, or they do it a couple times, like, nah, I don't want to do this no more.
Right, right. So let me give another milestone when it comes, that I know about you, that it comes to Lil Boosie. Now, because his career has had like a recent resurgence. I don't know, of course, I think now he's going to be a little timeless. Like he's going to go into the Frankie Beverly mode when it comes to regional South type music. I mean, Wipe Me Down is just there. Like you going.
Yeah, like he just loves the South, period.
In the South, loves him.
Yeah, I mean, when I tell you, like when we did the last show in Gadsden, oh my God, I mean, they showed up and out. They showed up and out. Like anywhere in Alabama. It don't even necessarily have to be Birmingham. Anywhere in Alabama. I think we did. It was a country show we did a couple of years ago. It was like in a little, I don't know what you call, like just a big field. And people were still, I mean, it was packed.
And they probably were singing everywhere.
And they were, and anywhere he goes, like within the South or anywhere, people going, especially now that him and Webby are kind of doing their thing now.
Together.
Yeah.
They're back together again.
Yeah, and they got an album coming out, so it's just bringing back all the aunties and uncles come. All of them coming out. They all coming out and they out. Like the Gadsden show, it just wasn't young people.
Right.
It was just really just all, it was a lot more older people there. Not like super old, but like early 30s, mid 50s. Like they were there.
That knows it.
Yeah.
You did his LED wall graphics.
Yeah.
And I saw you post about that.
I almost that's what we were talking about. But yeah, I know. Yeah, I sure did that. Yeah.
I forget what show it was, but you had it in red and white. I just thought that was so cool because it shows your graphic background. I know what it is to put graphics on a LED wall, and there's some detail to it. Making sure it fits. You got to get dimensions for the wall.
Yes, it's not just something you just put up, because now the first time you probably saw it was the Millennium Tour. That was the first time you probably saw it at the BJCC, and then we did one for One Music Fest in Atlanta, and each, like the festival producers and the tours have to send me like a graphic wall, like a sheet, and they have to send me a sheet of the dimensions, or else it's not going to work. You have to put it in that particular size and render it out in that particular area, or it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. I know that. So are you an Adobe person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just feel some kind of way about Adobe people because they know what they're doing with graphics. I'm a Canva guy, so give me the dimensions and I'll find a good template and we'll make some.
Well, Photoshop is just like it's just, I would say more advanced. Like it just gives you a lot more tools. And some people like to go on camera. Just, a lot of people aren't that difficult. They just want to get it, and be done with it. But
that's me.
Yeah. But Photoshop is just a more like advanced version of everything when it comes to the graphics part. And then you're able to do a lot more, especially like if you're designing a book, or you can do something in certain dimensions that you may not can do in Canva. That's the only reason why like it's good to have another software, just in case you get a bigger gig and people want certain stuff. Yeah.
And you're right, because I do have to dabble in Photoshop when I had a couple of festivals and I needed banners.
Yeah.
and I couldn't do the size of that banner inside a Canva, so I had to kind of export it and then do it up in Photoshop, and it took me longer than I wanted to do it. But
Yeah, it takes a little while, especially if you don't use it a lot, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
It definitely is. How was that feeling when, because I know you posted about doing the graphics for his show, but when you're able to kind of use all of who you are as a creator to help people that you work with, how's that feeling for you?
It feels good because it's the shock value that people do, because people think, because just because they met me off photo, they think that's all I got to offer. But then when you do other elements, like how the LED wall or do you flyers, and it's like, oh, okay, like people didn't know that. So I think my favorite thing about it is the shock factor. It's like people are like, oh, I didn't know you did this and this and this, and then that makes them want to shop with you more. Because I've even ran into people that, there's a couple of photographers that I know, but they do other stuff as well. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna need you for XYZ next time,
Just never know.
Yeah, so it's always good to be a one-stop shop sometimes, because a lot of people don't want to outsource. A lot of people just, yeah.
So are you doing this full time now?
Yeah, I've been doing this full time for 8 years. I quit. I was working at Urban Air Trampoline Park, and then I was working at Top Golf. So I was working at both part time, and then I think it was about 2018. That's when I kind of called it quits. Like I had started photography in 2017, but 2018 is when I kind of just called it quits.
That's a really quick turnaround. Like that's not easy.
No, it was, but here's the thing though, like. Top Golf wanted me during the weekends, and I was like, well, I'm having shows during the weekends now.
Right.
It was progressing, but they didn't, they said it was too slow for the weekdays, so we really didn't need you. So my mom was like, you just kind of have to make a choice. We sat down with management and everything trying to work it out.
Wow.
And my mom was like, on the way home, she was like, you just kind of have to it's either Top Golf or your photography thing. And I just took it. Yeah. I don't even think I put in a 2 weeks notice. I think I just didn't call, I just left. And then now it's just, it was a hard decision to make, because it's like, okay, do you want to, and Top Golf was fun, I was a bar back, so I was like, do you want to do this or do you want to really do this? Because things were progressing so easily. But the bad thing about being freelance is you never know when these slow periods are coming up. Right. One day you could be extremely busy, the next day you could be asking for books but don't get any, and it's just, it's a flip-flop, but I don't regret it though.
So when was that day of validation for you where you got to be booked and busy, and it's like, I made the right choice? When did that happen for you?
Really before COVID, like late 2018, early 19, I was like, you know what? I made the right choice. Because a lot of people regret it instantly, but there was a lot of things that came with it. And then at that time I was still new, so I was still doing, free work, just trying to get myself out there. But other than that, that was that year I was like, you know what? This isn't so bad. And I'm gonna just keep trying until something pops off, and now everything pops off. Yeah. And I didn't know that. I just really took a chance off faith. I was just making, $7.25 an hour, just, and then I'll do casual flyers and stuff on the side, and now I'm just like doing it all the time. And that's it's kind of crazy to go from that to doing it all the time. That's what people do. And I think my friend Joey, I want to say about 2020, 2021, he had the same thing. He was just like, he does car detailing.
Okay.
And he was just like, Tyra, I need some help. Like, I really want to go full time with this. I said, bro, do it. Like, I was like, don't be afraid to have a 9-to-5. If you really need a 9-to-5, please do. I advise people. I advise you. If you need a 9-to-5, do that. Like, don't shy away from a 9-to-5. Because even me, I want a 9-to-5 in my field now, instead of just a regular. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and Joey was like, well, I just I don't know what to do. And I was like, but do it. Like, do your job for a little bit and then just pray about it. And now he is a full-time car detailer and has gotten so many opportunities.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah.
Because you just never know. Now, I'm with you 100%. It's not for everybody. And you definitely was at a place in your life where I felt like you could just dive all in and it kind of worked. And you just have to kind of count your blessings, right? Because a lot of people that get into any industry, they're trying, especially from a creator position, and it don't work for them.
Yeah, and I've found people where it doesn't work for them, and then they have to just go back to square one. And then some people retry it again, and it's successful. Sometimes it's not. You can't just rush into it. You can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and do this. Like the entrepreneurship part can take months, years. And years and years and years from now until you can finally get to, because 8 years for a lot of people isn't a long time, but for me it feels like forever. It feels like 20 years. It feels like I've been doing this for a long time.
But for you to go and say, hey, I've been doing this for 8 years, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
Put on your
to
resume.
be 2 years away from a decade, that doesn't even feel like it. Like time is just
Getting
pushing.
old now.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm getting old and decrepit.
That's me. Okay, so I know this is outside of the timeline, but since we're talking about work or having a career or jobs, let's talk about your connection with the new Coca-Cola amphitheater, because that's something that's on your resume as well.
Yeah, that was a huge shift, and like that was a pivotal moment of my career.
Okay.
So I saw that they were opening up. My grandma told me about it because I remember Teddy Swims was the first artist to get announced. So I was like, okay, how am I going to play this? So I just kept researching. My uncle, he knew somebody, because he works at the housing authority.
Okay.
So he knew somebody who knew one of the vice president of booking, so he was helping build the amphitheater. So I emailed him, and I just emailed him my entire resume. Didn't get that many responses at first, followed up, because I know they're busy, they building stuff. And so I let the year end, and first half of January went ahead and followed up again. And then I think maybe a couple months after that, like this girl named Julie, which is now like my manager, like she reviewed me, and then she hopped on a Zoom call with me, and I was like, oh me, because at first she inboxed me and said they weren't hiring yet.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm almost there.
Right.
And then I said I'm gonna give it a month or so, and then she did a Zoom call, and then when I hopped on the Zoom call, she said, we were interested in having you, and I reviewed your work, and in my mind I was like, say what, like. Because I thought it was just like an interview where like she was interviewing a bunch of photographers and stuff. I didn't know how it was gonna go. But for her to just say, we're interested in having you, and giving me all the rundown, I ran upstairs, I said, Grandma, I got hired.
Wow, so basically she was telling you that you had the job.
Yeah. And it just felt like, and then when we hopped on the Zoom call, it felt like we had known each other for years already.
Wow.
Like it was just her aura.
Is she a creator as well?
No, well, she works with Live Nation, so she handles like the social media, aspect.
So she has an idea. And
she knows about content creation. I love you, Julie. I love you, Julie.
That's
She knows.
what's up.
But yeah, Julie she really like when she gave me the opportunity, I didn't know what to do. Like her aura, that's why I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun, because we connected so quickly.
Right.
Like we were maybe like 10 minutes in the Zoom call, and I already felt her aura. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a time. Then I ended up getting a job, then Zoom calling with everybody else to kind of get like a team meeting going. And it was like most of the marketing people around town were all girls. And I was like, we got an all-women army over here.
Wow.
So we all just get along, and it was just meant to happen that way. It was really meant to happen that way. So my uncle, knowing whoever he knew to pass that along, I wouldn't have never known. Like, I would have probably still fighting for it.
One time for Unc.
Yes, thank you, Unc. We love you.
Yo. So, and I just had to add that. I know I'm all off the timeline as far as your career goes, but these are some things that are recent, 2025.
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like, that's what I'm saying, 2025, just after the amphitheater, everything started just running, like, time is killing.
How do I explain this? Because it's hard for me to explain seeing you online and then seeing you with Kai Cenat online. Like I'm trying to like get my head together on
Me too.
what that was.
Me too. You're saying get your head together. What you think about me?
out.
I'm trying to figure it out. Man, that was a day. That was a day. And I as you know, I'm pretty sure you know, I won a giveaway. And I was asleep, and it was like this little spinning wheel he had, and the prize was to get flown out to the stream to be a guest.
Okay, so you won the prize. That's how you got out.
Yes.
Okay.
So I won that prize, and one girl just inboxed me, hey, you won the fly album. This was at 2 in the morning. I was already asleep. Then she had followed up again, and so I inboxed her at 5 in the morning finally. I said, what do you mean? I was like, well, what are you talking about? So I go back on Twitch, I play it back, and I saw the name. I was like, okay. I don't know what to do here. It didn't really hit me till I got to LA. I was like, oh God, this is a lot. It was a lot. Like, and then I think it was like 250 people watching at the time.
So tell me, okay, you were on Twitch. You were part of chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep up with him because he's definitely progressive. I'm trying to keep up with all the stuff that he's doing because Kai's success as a Twitch content creator he represents everything that we are doing as content creators. Like he's definitely pushing the issue and doing a great job at it. Him and Drewski had just did the BET Awards.
Yeah, that was major for them. And Kevin Hart threw that in rotation. That was a nice play that he gave him. I felt like that was something that Kai needed. Like, okay, this is bigger than. I think he was one of the first streamers to even stream at the award show. You're really not supposed to do that. So, and Kevin Hart was like, oh, they got to stream. So
all of that. So he actually streams more. He has a bigger audience than BET.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. Like when you have an audience, like you might as well go ahead and, you know,
they got to work it out. Like BET has to figure that out, and now he's like,
yeah, because the publicity is going to go straight back to them anyway. It's just raising the viewership up, in my opinion. You know,
it's raising the viewership up, and they got to figure something out because that's what the viewers are. They're watching his stuff or other people's stuff. They're watching Drewski and
and the people that go, if they're streaming and they see the BET Awards, like they see the behind, and then you can go and turn it on your TV and see like the live, but then you can look on Kai's stream and see like the ins and outs of it. It's pretty cool. I feel like that's a fair trade. Like.
I think it was a great idea, and it definitely was.
Because I think he streamed at the Grammys too, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
I think so, but
to see that, him at the BET Awards, talking about streaming, and then to see you on his live stream, because this is after his university. For him, this is all 2025 too, because he did the university.
Yeah, it seemed like he did. Those runs are so long, they feel like, and you don't feel like it's. When I got on his stream, like the dynamic of going in there and being mic'd up, it was so fast paced. Like it was more fast paced than what I'm used to, and I'm used to these concerts and stuff.
Right.
So the idea of everything being live, everything had to happen right now. Like get the mics on, test them, all that type of stuff. Like it was like if you were to go on like a talk show like Jennifer Hudson or something like that. Like it's fast paced because everything's live, so you can't really make no mistakes.
That's awesome. How long was wait? Well, I'm gonna say it this way because people need to be able to see that segment. Do you have it like?
Now I have like the highlights on my YouTube. Okay. My YouTube is just, you can really look up Tyra Grayson or TGD Shot at either one. It'll come up. But it was mainly just the highlight. I didn't do the entire stream, but my friend, he actually clipped the entire stream. So it was like an hour and 40 or so. So I'm probably gonna end up either chopping that down and putting like some unseen clips, or I'm probably just gonna upload that entire stream because I think Twitch holds like the playback on his channel for so long. So I think I can maybe go back on his and kind of clip it for myself too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The more of that you can get, the better. I mean, that's
because that content can stretch. And I didn't even post because there was some parts of the stream I forgot.
Right.
And so you can break down those things and use them.
How long were you there?
I was there for exactly a day. It was the internet.
Like the live stream.
Oh, just on the live stream. I was on the stream for about an hour and 40, almost 2 hours.
That's cool.
It didn't even feel, it was a constant.
I bet you went by so fast.
It did. Because by the time because at the end of it, we had to do a motivational speech and all of that. And I was like, man, that's almost over.
Saw that. You were really good about it.
Thank you, because sometimes in my mind, like the chat had been eating me alive. I was talking too much, and it was like I was in my mind. I was like, how about y'all get on the stream and see how y'all feel about it? Because and a lot of people who came after me were acting crazy and jumping around, and do all that, and attack hugging him and stuff. But only thing I did, my southern accent kind of came out.
It's okay.
It came out because when I get nervous like that, it comes out a little more than what it's supposed to.
All of us.
But other than that, I mean, being in the community of people can now his homeboys, I've been kind of in touch with them a little bit. So now people are starting to put two and two together. Like, oh yeah, you were from the stream, and this a lot of the fans are coming from his page onto his homeboys' page. So it was like, oh yeah, I saw you on his page, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty cool.
Have a nice little ecosystem.
Yeah, like the Twitch world is different. Like it's different from what I grew up with. Right. So it's just a whole to see everything in real time. The Mafia-thon was really cool. This was my first year really being involved with it, waking up every day or going to sleep with it just to see how it is. And it's when I wake up, he's asleep because it's California time, and just following him throughout his day, his whole day, raw and uncut, just his entire day. And he had all these and what was crazy is I sat in a chair where my favorite artists and people were John Legend was in that chair.
Right.
The Jonas Brothers were in that chair. My favorite band, Big Time Rush. All these people were in this chair that I'm sitting in, and I'm just like, wow. I was like, why me out of all these people? But it was God. Like, I wasn't gonna question it.
Right.
I wasn't gonna question it. And when I won, they got me in touch with his assistant. She booked the flight. I thought I was gonna leave that day, but she let me leave the next day. And I had 2 connecting flights, and I was gone.
So were you able to do anything with him off camera?
We talked to him. We did take the picture that you probably saw, but we didn't have time to really chit chat too much because he was like I said, was live.
Right.
So he was on a schedule, like, between skits and all that every day. He had like a little schedule going. So I wasn't able to talk to him as much afterwards as I would have liked to, because he was in and out.
I got it.
But he remembers me though. So it's just like, now you get this. Now that's why I really wanted to be able to come on and do something like that and talk to him and wear my merch, because people don't put 2 and 2 together, especially like when you're online, because when you're commenting, he don't see the profile picture, so he don't know if this person is crazy or what. So he's really just he really took a risk bringing subs on like that, but it was a cool experience. He's never done that before, and it was maybe me and like 10 others maybe who probably want an opportunity like that.
And he's put the money up to be able to do it.
Yeah,
to give you guys an experience, but also to add to his experience to the audience. Like
that is he's interacting with his audience like that. That's a whole nother way of interacting with your audience. Is that
Man, that's really cool. And you said merch. Is this part of the merch?
Yeah, this, I got this, it's my friend Nikia, I hope I'm saying her name right, Nikia. I'm so sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I love you anyway. But she actually lives over here, and she made this shirt. So it's so I'm really trying to get me and my friend Dominique, she has a clothing line called Antisocial Genius. So I'm trying to do a collab with her.
Locally too?
Yeah. And I'm trying to we went to school like way back when Cathedral of the Cross up here. Yeah, that's where we used to go to school together.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So we have been just trying to work some stuff out with some collaborations. I'm trying to get better with merch, because I did a merch drop at first a few years ago, but God's time, and it takes it was a lot of mistakes. So I said, let me back away, let me pray about it, and let me restart.
Is this on your site?
Oh, not yet, no, but it will be.
Okay, I'm an extra large, by the way, just so
okay,
you know.
Okay, I got you.
So you know,
I got you. I'll give you a complimentary one. I'll give you a complimentary one.
I don't buy it, but I wear shirts all the time. But I like this stuff, and I love to support people. So if nothing else, you might just tell your designer, I got a friend fashion designer here, I'm gonna have on a show, so I would love to have another one. So if she's really out there doing stuff,
she actually she did my Breezy Bowl jersey. She is talented. She is very talented, and turnaround time's good, quality's good. I hadn't had no problems with my shirts or nothing like that. So,
Strick wants to talk to her.
He wants to talk to you.
There you go.
I'm gonna tag you in this when it's all done. He want to talk to you.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm trying to think, because 2025 was such a big year for you. If I'm missing anything, I do want to say this, because I'm not really sure when this will play. But you also did like a holiday run for photo shoots. So I guess when it gets kind of slow for you, you do promotions for people to get some photography.
Yeah. Like when I'm not doing too many shows at one time, I like to do, I'm always a special person. Like I try to do specials as much as possible, because I know the economy's tough. I know people are always looking for deals. So if I'm at a good point in my life where I have time to do some deals, I'll do some, like the Black Friday deals. Like this, not right now, I'm about to get ready to launch my Christmas special.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to just, make time for that, see what days I'm gonna do that. Christmas is coming by very quickly. It's already the 1st. So I'm gonna go ahead and maybe drop that in the next week or two.
Gotcha.
And just kind of get more friend and family oriented at this time of the season.
So let me ask you this question, because again, I'm not really sure when I'm gonna drop this. What's something that you haven't released already? So it can be an exclusive for us for 2026. Like what's already on the books is really cool.
Actually not too much, because I know most of it I've announced now. Right now, I'm trying to get ready for Grammys weekend, because I try to go out there and hopefully this year I'll get to be able to go to the actual award show. But most of the time, like this year for Super Bowl, I did like Super Bowl related events. So Grammys is the same thing. So that's like January 29th through February 2nd. I'll be out there and just kind of doing like related events and coverages and media coverage for that type of stuff. Hopefully I'll get a ticket to the show. We'll see.
So when you say related events, it's always not just a filmed event, but there are things around the Grammys.
Yeah, there's Grammy related things going on. Like a lot of people may have like mixers going on, parties and stuff like that.
And you get media passes for those things. Do you go through the Grammys or you just figure
Well,
out?
no. If the Grammys is not if it's not their event, then you go through the event promoter in which or whoever, whoever's holding it.
That's really smart. They don't teach this kind of stuff in school. How did you figure all this out?
I was just self-taught to Google. Like I just started looking up, how do you apply for a media credential or what do you need? So a lot of places, like unless you just really, really, really are strategic and you got your foot in the door like real good, a lot of these places don't allow freelancers. You have to be with a media outlet.
Right.
That's the go-to now, especially with festivals. If the festival didn't hire you personally, you have to be with the media outlet. Like it's just what it is now. So it's tough because some media outlets these people want huge like TMZ type outlets, or some people don't matter what outlet. And then stuff like the Grammys when it's very strategic and it's a lot of media requests, they're just gonna dumb it down to whichever one they feel like suits them. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and then I think I want to say it's either February or March. Kai Cenat's like homies that he's been working with, they're taking off now and they're doing the streaming while Kai's taking this break. Like now they're on their own streaming path. So they're actually putting together a festival in Albany, New York. So I'm trying to get ready to do something I'm trying to put my foot in the door with that and pitch a lot of different ideas. I feel like I'm on the right track right now though. So hopefully we'll see.
There's a certain thing called 6 degrees of separation, and you can kind of pick a person and then find the people that they're connected to. Everybody's connected to somebody. Right here in Birmingham, we have a young lady that personally sat down with Kai Cenat and is now working with some of his friends, along with the partnership she has with Lil Boosie. And not just that, the Coca-Cola amphitheater, she is working with them to do personal shoots. And just a couple of weeks ago, she just released that she is working with Best Buy as a content creator.
Yeah, so it's basically just an affiliation. So I am like a Best Buy creator / partner. So I'm able to like put up my own store. Like they'll give us a list of things and like you could just basically just create your own Best Buy store. So I'm really just like getting a lot of things together. So from mics to different types of cameras to different lenses to different like cleaning kits that I personally like to use or that I feel like would be, similar to what I use. So it's really just giving the opportunity for other creators to shop, and look through another creative's like inventory in a way. Gotcha. So that's what that is. It's more just like an affiliate.
More an affiliate sales for you?
So it's
Amazon does this, I think.
Yeah, I think Amazon does it.
Walmart has something.
I thought Walmart has something like that.
They do.
They do? I'm gonna have to look into that.
It's not as big and they don't really talk about it as much, but it's something that's growing.
Yeah, and my next goal is Nike. That's my next goal. So we'll see. And then I actually reached out to be an Adobe partner. Now, the thing about Adobe is I think Adobe Express is similar to Canva. I'm an ambassador for them, and I've spoke a couple of times at some of their events. But with this one, I wanted to be just an Adobe partner in general, like just for all the apps.
You did that event just 2024? Here locally?
Yeah, because they were at the Phoenix or something like that. Yeah, that was about 2020. I want to say 2023.
Okay.
It was 2023.
I remember that. That's really cool.
And that was my first speaking engagement, like in front of oh my God, I think I spoke in front of 65 people. I was like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. Because when I sat down and looked around, I was like, oh, that's not too many people. You get on that stage and you get a better level out, you're like, oh God, that's a lot of people.
Well, I think it's awesome that you've had this experience. And a lot of times, people that'll watch this are other content creators and people are all kind of spaces, basically. But there are a lot of people that are aspiring to be content creators. Is there anything, a word of advice that you would give them at all if they're looking to get into videography, content creations, or photography at all?
I would say just do your research. That's one big thing, and always be open to collaboration. Okay. A lot of people like to gatekeep and like to shy away. Always ask questions. That's one of the main things, especially for me now, like asking questions, YouTubing things, making sure or bring another photographer on site and say, hey, can you coach me through my shoot today? Always be open to collaboration and have an open mind. because a lot of people, they don't like to be teachable. They want to just do it their way. But I think, you know, we had this conversation before we started. It was like, you can't do everything alone.
Right.
You can't do this journey alone.
That's right.
So you always need good people in your corner that are going to support you and not use you, and just really just be there for you and tell you the cold hard truth. Like, hey, you know, this is not really a good friend. Let's try this one. Like, have somebody in your corner that's going to better you in your journey. So I feel like that's really one of the best advice. And I've even taken my own advice as of lately. You know, sometimes you got to have like a little restart. Have people in your corner that love you and that are going to actually like support your career and not, you know, go behind your back and all of that stuff, you know.
Well, please know I'm a fan.
I'm a fan of you.
And I'm so excited for your journey.
Thank you.
I know that with the success you've had for 2025, 2026 is probably going to be bananas.
I feel like I'm excited for 2026. I feel like I've been so prepped this year. I feel like 2026 is just, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I have a good feeling about it though.
I got you. And of course, you probably are not tired yet of hearing "Wipe Me Down."
You trying to get me in trouble. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Like, when you hear something for so long, it's like, okay. But when you go like to different cities and you see the reaction every time, and it just makes him happy when he goes out there. Sometimes it's like, you know what? Yeah.
He seems to be realistic in that.
He loves the stage. Like, I feel like, you know, even when he has a bad day, he goes out there and he kills it. Yeah, because sometimes you really have to, you know, when people go through stuff all the time. Yeah. So when you go out there on that stage, you got to give it, because not only did people pay your money, but these people support you and they love you. And so when they see you happy and energetic, they're going to give that energy back to you. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Somebody's watching this and they want to follow you, like they haven't followed you yet. How can they do that?
Which camera? I'm looking at this.
So,
okay.
Joe, you can go here.
Oh, what's up? Okay. So my Instagram is @TyraIsMe. You can DM me if you have anything that you need to talk about between mental health, creativity. Please reach out to me. I will be down to help you. My Facebook is Tyra Grayson. My YouTube is Tyra Grayson. My TikTok is TGD Shot At. I'm trying my best to get back on TikTok. Please excuse me. I do not post on there as much as I should, but I'm getting there. So yeah, my LinkedIn is Tyra Grayson too. Everything's Tyra Grayson or TGD Shot At. I'm pretty sure you'll find it.
Well, there you go. Well, I appreciate you doing that. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me.
Of course.
Like, this was so well worth it.
It really was. It was worth the wait. Like, me and you've been following each other for a long time. I'm excited to see you, and I'm proud of you too. I'm gonna give you your accolades. You know, I got to give you your accolades.
Thank you.
You've been in the business for a long time, and I've seen you grow.
I could have retired, but I'm still in it.
No, when I saw that you messaged me, I was like, oh, Strick. Like, it felt so nostalgic. So I'm glad that you reached out to me.
Well, you're doing some big things. I really want to focus on. Would be surprised, really, of how Birmingham people, content creators, and all types of careers, people are really doing some big things.
Yeah, and it's small. Like, Birmingham is small, and it's small.
And we all know each other. Like, we're following.
And
each other.
that's good to do though. And then that makes it easier for everybody to connect.
So I'm niching down. So once I have niching down to just the city of Birmingham, because I could be like, oh, I want this. Anytime somebody comes to town, I could be like, hey, want you to interview me? I could do that. And eventually I may start, if there's certain celebrities coming to the city that I know I can get out to, I'll do that. But what if it's just a Birmingham show about Birmingham people?
That'll be nice.
That's what I want to do. I just want to talk to Birmingham people about these Birmingham stories, because we have seen in the likes of PMJ, in the likes of just tons of people, yourself, that people are living here in the city and going all over the world.
And a lot of people, when we tour and do all these things all over the world, like, people don't know when they say from Birmingham, Alabama. Like, that's why I said it on Kai Cenat. I was like, I didn't say I'm from Alabama. I said Birmingham particularly. Yeah. Because, like, you have to rep where you're from. And it's crazy how, because there was a lot of people that have gotten big, and I'm like, I didn't know you were from Birmingham. And it makes you feel so, it makes everything connect better. Right. Because you have that Birmingham mentality with each other. Like, everybody they know what side of town you're talking about. It just feels more homey, you know what I'm talking about? Right. Yeah.
So that's the idea. And people, when they see you, they're going to recognize it's somebody from Birmingham. Hopefully people reach out to you, get some photography work from you, but just support you, and just can be an encouragement to you when you put stuff out there. They can say, oh, I saw this girl on Strick's show. Like, man, she's really, really cool. I have to make one more thing, or say one more thing before we get out of here. You have to shout out the DJ that you cover that has put you in some of these spaces as well. So I know that you did Chris Brown's concert, which is Birmingham and Atlanta, or just the Atlanta show, and you did, I guess, the Monica and Brandy tour, and you with your DJ guy,
DJ Fresh.
DJ Fresh.
DJ Fresh.
From one DJ to the next, you got, I mean, the DJs are just the coolest people to hang around. You're his photographer, right?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much just like head of his media and you know, from photography to video to flyers or anything of that nature. Yeah, pretty much all of that.
That's what's up. We could not leave this conversation without shouting him out.
Yeah, really shout out to DJ Fresh, because he was another reason why I'm even around the Breezy Bowl in the first place. You know, it was because I did shoot when he came to Birmingham the first time. Chris Brown did for the 11/11 tour. I didn't know Fresh at the time, but I was just on a media pass. Okay, I was just on a media pass, and I saw him, and I was like, man, this man got it going on. Because I knew of him, and I knew of him in the past, but I never really reached out. So his manager, Anthony, we just kind of stayed in contact because he shared my post that I posted about Fresh, and he reshared it. So we just stayed in contact, and from that point forward, I just started showing up. That's why I was telling you, be present, start showing up, and then you get put in these positions.
You just never know.
Yeah. So shout out to Fresh, really. Shout out to Fresh and Anthony. They really been helping.
That's awesome. Well, I would say somewhere in the middle of 2026, let's just do this again.
Let's do it again, and I'll update you again. I'll do it again.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, no problem,
Yes,
man. I
ma'am.
appreciate you, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Ma'am. Hey, guys, thank y'all so very much for hanging out with us. This has been so cool to really support another content creator that's doing that really big from right here in Birmingham. Next time, I promise you, I have another dope Birminghamian right here on the show, Strick City Live.
Strick City coming